Commit to these 3 things and watch you dominate 2026. First, become unapologetically yourself. Second, you have got to train mentally and physically. Third, it's all about your verbiage. Change your verbiage. Your level up does not start tomorrow. It starts right now.
Welcome to Feelin Seen with Dean, the show where real confidence starts on the inside. Hosted by Dean Michael. Let's get into it.
Are you tired of feeling like a failure within your marriage and within yourself? Constantly, your mindset is on a loop of negative thoughts. Are you exhausted of living in autopilot? It's like you're just going day to day, no particular plans, no goals, just hoping for today's the day where someone's going to come and save me, or someone's going to tell me what I should be doing. Last, is it not just exhausting constantly cheering and being there for everybody else? And then when it comes time for yourself, you'll wait for tomorrow, or I just don't have the time to do it? Well, guess what? You're in the right place. The Feelin Seen podcast is all about you, empowering you. It's time. I get it. I went through the cycles myself, but I have to tell you, it starts with how you see yourself, how you show up for yourself. And I can tell you that mask that you wear all the time, I know it's gotta be exhausting. From my perspective to yours, I've taken mine off and I burned them all. So if someone likes me, love that. If they hate me, I also love that. It really does not matter to me. So I know you have got to be exhausted, keeping up the front to please everybody else and constantly not coming through for yourself. Well, friend, today's the day. We're taking your life out of autopilot and we're going to put it in drive. Because for too long, you've supported everybody else's visions and dreams, right? If someone tells you this is what they're going to do, you 100% have their back. But when you say you're going to drink more water, go to the gym, write, journal, do anything productive, you always find an excuse to not do it. So that ends. As of today, that ends on this first podcast episode because we're here to make changes. So I think y'all get what the Feelin Seen podcast is all about. Unlocking the best version of yourself. I can tell you, I am not the best version of me, but the me today is 100% better than not only just the me yesterday, but also the me that I've been my entire life. As a 32-year-old gay black male, I struggled with constantly needing to either be liked and approved or seen and validated. But you can wrap them all up because at this point in life now, I'm doing every last thing of those for myself. And I will never, ever need someone to come into my life and tell me that what I'm doing is good. Because I know what I'm doing is not just good for me, it's for you all as well. So funny enough, I recently saw a show on Netflix, which was Owning Manhattan. I'll get to the point of it. The real estate broker Ryan Serhant made this comment that really stuck out in my mind. I'll give you a little bit of the context before the comment. So in the show at the time, Ryan was having difficulties with other brokerages that were poaching his agents. So the response that Ryan Serhant gave was, he is no longer living on the defense. Moving forward, he is living on the offense. And I love that comment. I constantly lived on the defense. But at this point in life now, I have taken back the liberty and I live on the offense. And living on the offense is exciting because I no longer am focused on needing anything from anyone. My differences are what make me different. I was born different to make a difference, but I let my differences or whom I was hold me back. I'm not at that place anymore, and I want you guys to not be at that place either. So please get to the place where whomever you are propels you forward. Who cares about the time that we live in right now? I'm going to still be me unapologetically. Before I even talk about being unapologetically yourself, if the content that I'm saying right now resonates with you, please give this video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe because when I tell you the Feelin Seen podcast is just getting started. So, episode 1, I felt the context of our original meeting together should be all about you unlocking the 3 tools to flip the script in 2026 and finally start dominating. You for too long have said you were going to change. You for too long have started and stopped the change, right? We did the gym membership, then we stopped that for 2 weeks, right? It's New Year's. It's just so hard to keep up. Well, today we're letting those excuses go. Why, Dean? Because I'm going to give you the 3 principles you need to apply to dominate this year. First principle, you need to become unapologetically yourself. You do. You need to love your skin complexion, your face, your hair, your teeth, your toes. I know what I'm saying sounds crazy, but in contrast, if you can constantly give compliments to your friend, I love your hair, right? Your teeth are so pretty. Well, you're my pretty friend. Why are you not saying that to yourself? Why are you not your pretty friend? Why are you not the friend that you admire? You need to become that friend too. I'm exhausted of constantly boosting people up that way and not doing it for myself. So I can only imagine how exhausted you've got to be. I'll give you an example with myself. I struggled my entire life with loving Dean. I would always try to find ways growing up to mask who I was. And what I mean by that is I would just want to fit into society. So I hated my hair. I would texturize my hair, put all this process in my hair because I wanted to fit in and be accepted. I hated my eye color. I would wear color contacts. I'm saying all this to say we all go through the same struggles. It wasn't until I started accepting I love my skin color. I love my hair, and boy, do I love my eyes. Once I flipped the switch and started just loving what's not going to change, I accepted and embraced it, which fueled me becoming myself. And I can tell you now, once you become you, you are going to lose some people because I can guarantee a lot of people in your life benefit off of you being insecure or not powerful. We all have power. You have power. You're a powerful person. You just haven't unlocked it yet. The power's within. You just haven't taken the time and dug through all of those layers of built up trauma and built up experiences to get to that deep core. I listened to a TED Talk by Shirley Ralph, and I loved how she spoke about how we should see ourselves. And she explained when we walk past the mirror, we don't have to love what we see. We don't have to like what we see, but we should respect what we see. And I tell you, when she made that comment, it stuck with me. And I really want to pass that on to all of you because we've got to get to a place where we can respect ourselves. I do the things I do for myself every day because I know what it feels like to not do those things. And I have a choice every day. Either I can do the gym, do the cardio, read a book, journal, all the things that will fuel me to keep becoming the best version of myself. Or I can wake up, start scrolling, compare myself to, oh, this person has this many followers. I should be there, right? I'm not living that life anymore. I do not care about what anyone else has. That has nothing to do with me. As long as I love and care about myself, period. So friend, it's time for you to start caring about yourself and becoming the most unapologetic version, because I see that for you and you need to start seeing that for you. So if there's something you can take away from today, where you are is everything. You need to start agreeing with me and believing that you are everything. Everything you need is within. The second point to dominate 2026, friend, you have got to start training. You need to train mentally and you need to train physically. I love you, friend, but you need to stop saying that you do not like water, and you need to stop saying you are allergic to a gym. I know it's cute and funny at the party. I get it. Look, I loved being the funny one. But as a licensed physical therapist assistant, our bodies are 50 to 70% water. So how do you not like water? Your body is water. Stop. So I'm going to need you to start drinking water. It is recommended that we should have 12 to 15 cups of water a day. In addition to drinking water, you need to also start hitting the gym. When I say hit the gym, I do not mean you need to be the most ripped person in the gym. You need to have the hottest body in the gym. Friend, that does not matter. And I'm going to need you to stop. What I'm telling you is you need to start training your body because your body, in addition to being primarily water, is also muscle, bones, in different systems. So it's one of two things. Either you're going to be in pain and sore from working out, or you're going to be in pain and sore from not working out. Friend, you choose what's best for you. But since I'm here to tell you, you're going to start working out. You're going to join a gym today, and then you're going to start doing the thing you said. I know it's intimidating. I had to start one day too, and trust me, I started and stopped, started and stopped, started and stopped. But I had to stop that unhealthy pattern within myself. And since I had to stop my patterns, I'm stopping yours. So please, if there's another thing you can take from this video, start training your body. Once you start training your body, you'll start training your mind. It is directly related. The best part about the gym, it's a humbling place that teaches you accountability. You have to be accountable to show up. You have to be accountable to lift a weight. And you have to be accountable to tell yourself you can do certain lifts, you can do exercises, or you can't do that yet. You're not strong enough to lift those weights yet. And that ties into the humility of the gym. The reason why I'm a big advocate for the gym, it's more than just my personal training and physical therapy background. It's the overall of the gym. The gym will transform you. And the best part is it transforms you mentally, but what everyone sees is your physical transformation, right? And oh my gosh, what are you eating? What are you doing? You're only focused on the journey, but what everyone sees is the results. So please, when you get in the gym, don't focus on the results. Friend, I learned this in school. You will not realistically see gains. It's going to take at least 6 to 8 weeks for you to see any type of muscular development. So please understand, when you start going to the gym, you'll have a little change. Of course, it's change. But after that beginning hump comes the real phase, because you got to work to actually see the change. So stick with it. We're not starting and stopping. The greatest thing about the gym is you have to be willing to say, I am not where I want to be yet, but I am willing to keep showing up with no result, no praise, no cheer, no medals to get to that day. And the best part is that day could be 5 months from now, 1 year from now, 5 years from now. I'm learning from myself. Once you fall in love with the process, the rest doesn't matter. It doesn't. It's all noise. So start falling in love this year with the fact that you didn't quit working on yourself. You're starting today, and we're going to keep going because this podcast is going to keep going. So if I'm showing up here for you, you got to show up for me and do the thing you said. And then you're going to comment and say, I started. So please, if you have started any of the things that I've said today, I would love to hear, what is that thing? What's that task that you've been putting off that you're going to start? Or maybe you could have just been more unapologetically yourself this week. Or you could have trained yourself mentally and physically. If you signed up for a gym, I want to know. If you got a trainer, I want to know, right? If you got a mental health therapist, all of these are forms of therapy, and it's acceptable to seek them. So seek help. If you were a professional at it, you would have already done the changes, correct? So be willing to accept someone may know more than you. Humble yourself to ask them for help. The third tip for leveling up your mindset and completely dominating 2026 is your verbiage. No longer are you going to say, can't, I will not. We're going to start focusing on how we can reword things. So no longer can you say, I cannot do that. I'm just not good at that. That's just hard for me. I'm not that person. Yes, you are that person. Instead of saying, I can't do it, maybe we can rephrase our mind to just thinking, I'm not there yet, right? I'll make it make sense. I had to take a test to become a licensed therapist. And for so long leading up to the test, I would tell myself for certain areas of therapy, I'm just not good at that. I'm not good at that area. I'm not good at peds, right? I'm not good with children. I'm not good with this. I'm just not good at these areas of therapy. You know, if you keep it in my little bubble of comfort, I know that. But if you go anywhere to the uncomfortable, I don't know that. And boy, when I went to take my national licensing exam, I failed. And you know what the best part about that failure was? I knew what was going to happen. Sometimes when you constantly tell yourself bad things and something bad happens, you know when that bad thing happens. Are you surprised? No. You're unhappy, but are you fully unhappy? No, because part of you kind of knew it was going to happen because you manifested it. You did. You breathed life into the fact that you're not good at that thing. So now you gave power to the existence of you failing that thing. So further in my story, it wasn't until I took my board for the second time where I transformed myself. So the first board exam, I'm not good at this. Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. I just don't think I'm a good therapist. Fail. Second exam, I changed my mentality about therapy. I changed my outlook on myself. I felt, you know what? What is this failure here to show me? When I first examined the failure, I felt, okay, I didn't pass my first board exam because I didn't eat food, which was true. I didn't eat. So, of course, I had difficulty when it came to my brain and performing at my most optimal. However, once I paid for my score report, I saw where I was weak in my systems. I already knew areas of therapy where, right, the verbiage, I don't like to study that. I'm not good at that. Oh, I just can't learn that well. Once I rewired my mind to start focusing on, I am not going to tell myself that I'm not good at this. I'm going to tell myself, I just am not knowledgeable yet at this topic. So once I rewired in the process for studying for my second board exam and proceeded with, I'm just not knowledgeable, but I can get there, the entire process changed for me. Because once I changed my mindset for the board, I changed my mindset for the gym. So when I went to the gym and if there were certain lifts or exercises I would shy away from, I would say, I'm just not good at that. But that rewiring from the board exam started to trickle into the gym. So now the lifts I suck at, oh my gosh, I'm getting better at. I'm looking at other creators explain the lifts. I'm going back to my textbook and understanding the movements and how muscles contract to understand what muscle is doing what. So then, wait for it, what started here, trickled here. Now, in my personal life, I'm starting to do the task I said I wasn't going to do because I thought, I can't podcast. I'm not good enough at that. Or guess where I am now? Here, in front of you, doing the same thing and telling you the same steps that I had to take to get to where I am today so you can get where you got to go because that's what I want for you best. So I'm always going to use myself as the example of I'm not perfect, but trust, I have constantly gone through the loop of not unapologetically loving myself, not training consistently and showing up for myself, and always having that dirty verbiage of I don't, I can't, and I am not. Once I rephrased all these words, I started to dominate myself and all other forms of life around me because people are now telling me, Dean, you've changed. I haven't changed externally. I've changed internally, which is reflecting through my external. So it's time for all of you to make the changes internally so we, as the audience around you, get to experience a less reactive, a less traumatic, and a more abundant version of yourself. I challenge you this week to pour into your own cup. You can pour into others' cups. I know we love to help others, but please pour into your cup. When you wake up in the morning, pour, think before you grab your phone. Filter your thoughts before you drink coffee. Drink a cup of water before you grab your phone. Grab a book or journal. Get intact with who you are before you're all over your favorite creator or your favorite person because you need to become that influencer for yourself. You have all the tools to do it. One of the funniest things and most helpful that helped me through mental health therapy was when my mental health therapist would give me homework. As a kid, I hated homework, but I learned in therapy, it was in those moments of silence alone doing the homework where I made the most growth and change. So my homework for all of you is to this week, do at least one of the three things or all of the three things I said that you should be doing. And apply change, please. If you were able to be successful in pouring into your own cup or anything that I said today, if there's anything that resonated with you, I really would love for you to comment. Let me know, how do you feel about this podcast? There's some of you that are listening to me on other platforms. You may not be able to comment, and that's okay. But I would love to hear your voices. I want to know how you all feel moving forward. If you enjoyed this content, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. Like I said multiple times, we are just getting started in the podcast, so I hope you are loving this style of content because I'm loving to be here with you. And if you would like to continue to hear more of my content, please feel free to watch this video as you can get a better understanding of what's to be coming on this channel, a better understanding of the different books in the Dean's List, and I will see you in the next podcast.
Thanks for listening to Feelin Seen with Dean, the space where self-worth gets real and growth begins within. If today's episode inspired you, lifted you up, or helped you see yourself a little more clearly, make sure to follow the show and share it with someone who needs a reminder of their own inner strength. Until next time, stand tall, stay true, and keep feeling seen. Feelin Seen with Dean, empowering you from the inside out.